boosted my self-esteem and confidence that I really could pursue an intricate scientific career. Because I enjoyed our chemistry honors class so much, I decided to sign up for AP Chemistry for my senior year. While this class has gotten overwhelming and a little confusing at times, she understands my hectic schedule and is as accommodating as possible to provide time to go over necessary topics. Without her inevitable willingness to help me no matter what, I would not have been nearly as successful in this class. Also, senior year is filled with college and scholarship applications, as well as the general stress of growing up. I can always rely, oh my God. I can always rely on Miss Malcolm to write recommendations for me and provide advice far more helpful than I could have ever imagined. Having a teacher that I can count on to be there for me no matter what is worth a lot. And while I've had many great teachers and no one else compares to the academic knowledge, influential information, and encouragement regarding my future that I received from Ms. Malcolm. These examples just barely skim the surface of all I have gained from this wonderful woman, and I recommend her for any award, and she so readily deserves it, and this is the least I can do for a woman that has motivated me to push myself to be the best I can be each and every day.
Betsy Dallin, please come forward.
Alan, come up.
I'm not as emotional, it's kind of funny. So I first met Miss Allen the summer of 2012 through the Fine Arts and Rockbridge program, which is FAIR. I asked to be an assistant in an art class in the program, and Miss Allen turned out to be the teacher. When I first got to talk to her one-on-one, I told her my plans of also pursuing an art education career and asked her some advice and insight into what it would be like. This was her advice summed up. Whatever you do, do not become an art teacher. It was not the advice I was expecting. We talked it over a bit, but I still left that summer very confused about my future and why this random woman had no hesitation in crushing my dreams. I spent the next few years considering her advice, but still feeling somewhat confident that teaching was my calling. After freshman year, there was an unfortunate circumstance that created an opening within the RCHS Art Department. Miss Allen took the job. We were reunited when I was enrolled in the ceramics class she would be teaching that year, and it wasn't long before our previous conversations were brought up again. She felt no differently than what she had previously, and continued to tell me to go into another career besides teaching. I kept trying to explain to her that this is what I wanted to pursue, but she continually told me that I was crazy. Besides this disagreement, I did discover that in many other ways we were very similar. When I asked to be a TA for an art class, I landed with her, and it was during her free period. It was not long before we realized that we had a lot in common and viewed pretty much everything the same way. While I would help her load the kiln and prepare her classroom for the day, we would talk about our lives, and over time we got to know each other on a very personal level. By the end of the year, we had shared our life stories with each other and had become like best friends. Miss Allen was not afraid to call me out when I was slacking or make poor choices, and was, and still is, always there to encourage me and give me her expert advice. After 2 years of being her TA, and having daily life chats, I finally understood why she persisted on being merciless to my aspirations. It was not because she was a dream crusher and wanted to ruin my life, or because she hates her job as a teacher, but because she saw something in me that I could not see. She wanted me to push myself to my highest art potential, and she could see that I could go way beyond dealing with crazy kids on a day-to-day basis. She wanted me to be successful and not ever have regrets in my field of choice. I am not fit to be a teacher, but she is. I watch her daily love on and care for her students and push them to their full potential. just as she pushed me. I'm planning to still pursue an art career, but hopefully in medical illustration. I'm very grateful I have Miss Allen to cheer me on along the way.
Thank you, Betsy. Haley Sky Taylor.
Inspiration comes in many different forms. One can be inspired by someone famous, someone they don't know, or someone who is near and dear to them. This could be parents, actors, police officers, mechanics, and so much more. The person I've chosen for my inspiration is one of my teachers, Mr. Corey J. Wallace. I met Mr. Wallace when I was in middle school through an after-school program called Next. This program, he showed the students how to make different kinds of snacks that we still serve today in our community to teachers and the local schools. When I got to high school, I wasn't the best student. I had low grades, couldn't decide on a stable career, and college plans did not exist. That all changed when I took intro to culinary. I knew cooking and basic baking was something that I enjoyed, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. At first, we clashed, but the semester carried on, so I learned so much about him. One thing that stood out was his teaching style. Teaching to some is giving students busy work, or only teaching for a paycheck. Mr. Wallace is a complete opposite. Sorry, I lost my place. Some teachers, such as Mr. Wallace, are the complete opposite. They love to teach, they love their students, and build relationships with them one-on-one. If the student can be stubborn, I was one of the worst students until he became my inspiration. I wouldn't listen, wouldn't do homework, and would always find myself in trouble. Without him, I don't know where I'd be today. If he didn't talk to me genuinely to get to know me or encourage me to get my attitude together, I probably wouldn't be a truly successful student at Rockbridge County High School. Junior year, I took Mr. Wallace's Culinary Technology 1 program. We got to do a lot of hands-on work. We became a family. I also got the experience of what life would be like in a real catering establishment. After experiencing that, I knew for sure that I wanted to become a chef. Although Mr. Wallace is a teacher, I see him as a helping hand, a best friend, and a life jacket. If it wasn't for Mr. Wallace, I wouldn't have settled for anything. Without believing in what I truly am capable of, now I am certified in food safety, and I am internal empowered to succeed in life and reach my long-term goals. He is an inspiration to every student he meets. I have seen multiple students who have started at the bottom and have risen to the top because of him. He never lets a student stray. He will always be there to guide someone in the right direction, just like he did for me. If anyone is having a bad day, he can make it into a good one without a doubt. Mr. Wallace is my inspiration, and I thank him for pushing me to become the person I have always wanted to be. I am proud to say that after I leave Rockbridge County High School, I will be prepared for anything that may come my way.
Also, Ms. Kearney was going to wrap up today. I hope that those 8 presentations that you heard, although they were very different, they were one and the same. The most important aspect of this entire ceremony was to provide these individuals here today, and I'm sure there are many others that are not here today that have inspired a lot of young people. This is kind of a new program. It's something that's still in its infancy, and certainly we are continuing to grow it and make it larger and bigger. But the most important thing is making sure our students give back just a little bit to tribute to their teachers who have inspired them and influenced them and had such a dramatic impact on them throughout their school experiences. And I hope that you all were as inspired today as I was, holding back a few tears to say the least. But the comments were authentic, they were real, and I want to say thank you to all of our students who nominated these 24 wonderful individuals who are most deserving. Each nominee will also receive every student nominee's essay. They will be able to take it with them this evening. And I hope that you will take a few moments before you depart today. We do have some refreshments in the back for everyone to share. I would like to thank the PTSA. They have been a strong, just a strong support system for our school. And I'm so grateful to have just that companionship and the folks that are there behind the scenes on Monday nights, sharing some of those hour to 2 hour, like Mr. Vargas, sessions. And we have some interesting conversation. But certainly they do a lot for our school system, for them to partake in this. And also like to thank Magic City Ford. They have been a corporate sponsor of this event, and I appreciate them for presenting and providing us with some money, which is certainly value as we look at some of the awards that we're giving this evening, and also for the rental of this wonderful facility, and also the refreshments that we'll be partaking in later on. Also, I'd like to thank all the bodies of the school board, board of supervisors, city council members, fellow administrators, central office staff. Each of you are critical to what we do as educators in our fields, and certainly we couldn't do it without you. And I appreciate that. I hope I didn't forget anybody. I think I've caught everything. If not, I apologize in advance. But thank you so much for coming out this afternoon and taking time away from your busy schedules. I know next week we're getting into that pre-Memorial weekend, and then all of a sudden, June the 4th, we're at Cameron Hall, and we're getting ready to graduate some wonderful seniors. But if you would take a moment before you depart, maybe say some kind things to those individuals who are up front and beside me on my left. And again, thank you so much for being here this evening.